Welcome back, puppies, to Barking Dogs Miniature Painting Video. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can support us on Patreon. So, what I did for the flesh tone on the Genestealer hybrids is I just mixed some scale color, Fantasy Games Misotonic Gray, with some Brain Eater Azure. So basically just this gray and purple. And I leaned a little more towards the gray than the purple. And for this guy, it was just straight gray and purple. And for this guy, when I was done, I just picked a flesh tone color and did some glazing on his scalp, on his head there, on some of the high points on his face, because he's a little bit more closer to the human spectrum than the Genestealer spectrum. And I'm not going to put a wash on his face, but I may come back and put a wash on this guy using Army Painter Quick Shades, if I can find my purple tone here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. I'll just use this purple tone. Before I do that though, I'll probably hit him with a gloss varnish, and that will just help this go into the recesses, and it'll be less likely to stain or darken the higher areas of the model. So while I'm waiting on the gloss to dry before I apply the wash on this guy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start painting this guy's armor. And I'm going to give it all one coat. I'm not worried about trying to separate the shin and knee pads separate from like the boot heel and the straps. I am going to make his kilt, or this fabric, maybe come down off of a tunic underneath his armor there. Whatever this fabric is, it's going to be a different color. I'm actually going to paint it this color, so I'll be demonstrating how I achieve this look here for this guy. And I'll be doing that again on this skirt. I may just actually, for the sake of recording and time, just demonstrate it on one. But either way, this fabric, I believe it's actually from a tunic underneath the armor, coming down is going to be the same as what I do here. But for right now, for his armor and the pads and the sleeves of his jacket and his gloves, the base coat is actually going to be Formula P3 Gray Coat Gray. Give it a good shake. I'm not going to take it out of the pot and put it on the palette separately. I'm just going to go ahead and start throwing it on this guy, being kind of liberal with it. There doesn't appear to be a huge difference because of the primer. Okay, there you can start to see a big difference. Where some of the mist from the white prime when I was doing the zenithal caught. However, to help it stand out later, again, this is just the base coat. I'm going to be giving it 2 different highlights and a wash. Alright, so I will carry on here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I'm getting ready to apply the wash on this guy. I went ahead and painted the jacket on this guy. I went ahead and based it in whole red. Now it'll get a couple of highlights and a wash, so that it will end up looking more like that, and I'll demonstrate that perhaps in another video. Because I'm going to try a different approach to making videos. I'm going to try to keep them all short. I'm going for 15 minutes or less. We'll see how that plays out. Feel free to leave some comments in the section below. Let me know what you think of having shorter videos. So I went ahead and hit his armor also in the P3 gray coat. And again, it'll be getting a couple highlights in the wash also. So it'll end up looking slightly different than where we're at here. We go applying the wash. I'm trying to knock it down into the recesses. It has given a little bit of a purple stain, but not real bad. I know a trick for clearing some of that up, which I'm about to employ. And that is just cleaning up the brush. Kind of giving him a little bit of a rub down like that. That'll lessen it up some. And if need be, I can always come back and hit it with a glaze in that gray, that Misotonic gray. And that will lighten it up some. And I'm over painting where there's those little ridges in the Caprice armor on the arms. That'll get cleaned up once I paint over it, because the Caprice will be a different color, but that'll be in a separate video. Right now, I'm just trying to concentrate. These other areas. I don't know if that got picked up or not, but it wouldn't be Barking Dog Studios. There wouldn't a dog barking in the background. So if you're watching my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. I know I've got a little blurb about that at the end of my videos, but it really does help with the analytics. It'll help get my videos promoted the more that they get liked.
If you like the work you saw in this video and some of the images you're seeing now, I'm available for commissions. You can reach me through messaging me at Facebook, www.facebook.com/BarkingDogStudio. Patreon supporters get discounts on commissions as well as credit at the end of the video. Special thanks to the Clarks for their continued support. Bark on, puppies.